And I believe you, Kevin. I believe you have the best intentions in this, and I really wish the whole organization the best. I mean, because that's what it really takes. It's people that know the mechanisms of control and the mechanisms of manipulation to be able to combat that. And so I think it's amazing what you're doing.
You know, one of the things we did when we first decided to launch this is kind of leak some information out to show that the information that we have from Bilderberg and some of these other organizations, we do have the inside track. So, for example, 8 months before Bear Stearns collapse, we called Bear Stearns is going to be gone. Lehman is going to be gone. So we shorted the stock. We told people, to short the stock because that's where it's going. This is at the same time that Jim Cramer on CNBC and every other analyst was telling you how wonderful Bear Stearns was doing, how their financials are great. The CEOs and the CFOs were going on all the financial news networks talking about how wonderful their business was and so forth. We nailed it 100%. We nailed the recession a year before it came. This year alone, we have over 24 stocks that are up over 200%. That we said this is where it's going.
But now, how
the collapse of Citi?
But if you're outside these groups, how do you maintain getting that edge? Aren't those higher ups cutting you off because you're doing the wrong things, or are those super higher ups becoming a part of your network? No,
what happened was I'm out, so I don't have the direct access anymore. But I have all the information that I had up until the time that I left.
Yes.
But there are 30-plus members who are current members who are, in effect, moles. These are people that are in the meetings. I was here in Greece, for example, during Bilderberg, and my friends who were in the meetings. After Bilderberg ended, we meet in a special way so the information doesn't leak that they're meeting with me. And what went on in Bilderberg was revealed to me. And so that's where I get the information. There are about 30-plus members that add the information to the Global Information Network and provide that information to its members.
Okay, fantastic.
Whether it's stocks or whatever, we have all the inside track.
Okay, darling. We're going to take some calls. People have been so patient. I'm sorry, loves. Okay, caller one, you are on with Kevin Trudeau.
Hello, Evan.
Hi.
Kevin. I read your book, some of your books, and actually the weight loss cure was excellent. I thought you gave good information there, and it was very useful and helpful. However, the debt cures, the information that you had in that book, I basically already knew, and I was already doing some of the things that was in that book, but the credit and the piggybacking now is no longer effective. So what do you have to say, or what is the new strategy pertaining to that?
Yeah, that's a good question. When I first wrote that book, when I first wrote the book Debt Cures, I exposed the consumer lending industry. The rules are changing so quickly. I just came out with a book called Debt Cures 2, which is now completely upgraded because when Debt Cures came out almost 2 years ago now, or 3 years ago, everything has completely changed. So I have a brand new, it's not just an updated version, it's a completely brand new book called Debt Cures 2 because piggybacking and several of the other techniques that were very effective for those who got the book when it first came out and used that technique. I got so many letters from people that told me it was effective. The government immediately, had rule changes, and it was banking rule changes. So the new book, Debt Cures 2, now addresses all that and gives you all the updated information based on the new current laws. And I also have, in terms of debt cures, I have a monthly newsletter that comes out because things do change so rapidly in the banking world and with the politicians rewriting and changing laws based on what people are doing. Bankruptcy laws have changed. Fee laws are changing. There was a new legislation to stop the credit card companies from raising rates without your knowledge. So things are changing very rapidly for sure.
All right. Hey, caller 4, welcome to KPFK. You're on with Kevin Trudeau.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes.
I just wanted to, now I'm wondering, I'm sorry I got your Debt Cures book because I just got it a couple of days ago. Now I'm hearing this. But I want to tell you something. You helped my sister out because she had debt. My sister's had really a hard life. She just found out she has a rare liver disorder, and she's eventually going to need a transplant. I'm going back east to see her in a couple of weeks. But, she'd been saddled with credit card debt for years, and I read your statute of limitations in the book. I haven't gotten that far in debt cures because I'm kind of in debt myself with credit cards. But I told her, I said, when was the last purchase that you made with a credit card? And she said 13 years ago. I said, well, guess what? The statute of limitations ran out. You are debt-free now. And it's because of your book. I mean, and such a weight was lifted from her. You have no idea. I mean, she's so much happier now. And we're going to have such a much better time when I come back east. So I can't believe that I'm talking to you now, but I just really wanted to thank you for that. And
well, my pleasure. And I'll tell you what, because that has been released now, that burden of the debt, watch for her health to improve.
Yeah.
Because when the vibration shifted in terms of how she thinks about that debt, when people feel burdened with financial issues, it's almost always liver problems that happen. Mm-hmm. So when that lifted, and if you go to a website of my good friend Dr. Leonard Caldwell, his website is Instinct-Based Medicine, InstinctBasedMedicine.com.
Well, thank you for that. You
can also go to KevinTrudeau.com. All of his websites are there. But he will give you specific ways to cure liver problems. I mean, I've seen people who had needed liver transplants, and in 3 or 4 months, all of a sudden, everything reversed, and they're healthy as.
And the website again is?
Say again?
Give the website again, just.
Yeah, you can go to KevinTrudeau.com, and you'll find it there, or InstinctBasedMedicine.com.
Thank you. Thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, caller. All right. Caller 6, you're on with Kevin Trudeau. Welcome.
Good evening, or good morning.
Yes.
I was wondering, to join the network, I'm looking at it now on the membership application. You have to be invited or have a particular email or a GIN member affiliate code. Now, how do you go about obtaining that?
Yeah, only a current member can invite someone to join. So if you're interested, I will invite you. And you can use the code Kevin T. So KEVINT, like Tom.
.com.
Kevin T. And so I would be the person who is inviting you. And anybody listening, if they did want to join the Global Information Network, you do need to be referred by somebody. So you can use the referral code Kevin T.
Okay, thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Well, that's awfully special. Wow. Well, that's great. I'm so glad that you're doing that for everybody that's out there. That is so awesome, Kevin.
I think that the people listening to your show, because of the great work you're doing, qualify to join and be a member. So anybody who is considering it, I would strongly encourage people to consider joining.
Yeah.
Yes, you can make a lot of money when you join, and yes, people do make lots of money. We had one gentleman. And this is a unique situation, obviously, but this one gentleman, he joined, and in his first 30 days, he made $148,200. And his next 30 days, he made $286,000 from the Global Information Network. That's what it pays out, because we do pay money to members because we want to empower members. We want to help them. We want to help them start businesses, get debt-free, and become financially free. And when they're empowered, not just with money, but when they're empowered, now they're going to have huge influences on their family and friends and community. And that's how we believe we are going to really help society in general.
Brilliant. Let's get another call real quick. Hey, caller 7, you're on KPFK with Kevin Trudeau.
Hi. Kevin, I've enjoyed your books very much, especially on health. I haven't gotten into the debt books. I'm curious if you know an author named Frank R. Wallace, because I was invited to join some sort of secret society, and I thought it was a scam. God, Man, Final Evolution, and the Neotech Discovery. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, actually, Frank R. Wallace has passed away now.
Yeah.
But I knew Frank very, very, very well. He was a very close and dear friend of mine.
Oh.
And his son, Mark Hamilton, is also a very, very close and dear friend of mine. And Mark is also a member of the Global Information Network.
I see.
A lot of the information from his material is integrated in Global Information Network as well. He's one of the initiators and one of the founders that helps launch Global Information Network as well.
Okay, just one other question. What are your feelings about longevity in humans? In other words, do you really think that we can make some new ground there?
I think so, for sure. biologically, I think most human beings